Hi Capricorn, it's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. I was just kind of meditating and shuffling your cards, and cards started coming out, so I figured I would just start. Wow, so three cups cards all right in a row here. Well, yeah, your cards are just flipping out. Ooh, and then some fire down here. So I didn't even really do an introduction today. So hi, it's Jen from tarotspirit.net, and I'm reading for Capricorn, and this is your April 2017 monthly tarot reading. And your cards just didn't want to wait. Ooh, wow. Lots of water, lots of emotions, I feel healing, I feel cleansing. Oh my God, a third, a four. I can't count. A fifth water card at the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Cups, the Wish card. Again, beautiful, healing energy. This washing away, this cleansing. This is a theme that's sort of coming up in slightly different, but a similar theme. I don't know if it's this, at least in the northern hemisphere, this feeling of spring cleaning. We've just started the new astrological new year. So there is that idea of a new beginning, a fresh start. This is to really remember what your dreams are. What did you wish about and dream about for yourself when you were a child? Has that dream kind of gone by the wayside like it does for so many of us as we get older? We get stuck. That's the word for it. I think we get stuck, and life lives us instead of us living life, and we get into our routine and we're working for the weekend, but then we're exhausted because we allow our jobs to exhaust us, and we don't have that much energy to take care of our priorities, that if we really think about it, what's important to us. um, so this is not a, oh, I suck, I'm a horrible person. If you did relate to any of what I just said, it's okay. Every day is a fresh day to start again. Every moment, every choice is a fresh day. So let's heal ourselves. Let's let go of that negative thought pattern, and let's start to replace it with a positive one. There's no reason we have to always think negatively. It's bad habit, it's society, it's conditioning. It isn't a must, it isn't a requirement. And I almost feel like it is, that we have to, I don't know, if we dream and then it doesn't come true exactly the way we want or all the way, is that more devastating than every day being negative and having these doubts and fears and false beliefs keep us stuck in one place? So, in order to capitalize most on this wish card, we have to not only have wishes, but we do need to set ourselves up for the best possible outcome. Okay, so it's kind of that, you've heard that joke, I think, where someone's praying to God to win the lottery, and God's like, well, you have to buy a ticket. You know what I mean? You can't win the lottery if I can't help you win the lottery if you don't win a ticket. So if you want to be happier and healthier and get back to those dreams, you have to actually dream and think positively and have hopes and dreams and start working toward them. So that's the energy at the bottom of the deck. That's a theme that's going to be going through your head, and you're going to be pondering and working on, and it's going to be underlying decisions, thoughts, and um, just an underlying energy. Because, well, I'm sorry, I'm trying to decide how I want to read this. So this whole top row is water, king, queen, and three of cups. So these two, this king and queen, can sort of read them together. They're water signs, which is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, but it's more the energy. So depending on what people's sun sign is, ascendant, moon, all that stuff, people may not be a water sign, sun sign, but they could very much be this energy. So if you're trying to put this on a person, you just keep that in mind. Just knowing their sun sign isn't necessarily going to be able to identify who this could be in your life. But this is a man who is they're emotionally mature. It's a couple. So I'm sorry, I'm very scattered. Let me take a deep breath. So when the king and queen of the same suit come up, this can indicate that you are or have or are with a really good match for you. And that doesn't mean that every sun sign is a good match with their same sign. So I'm not doing that in an astrological way. I'm just saying that when in tarot, when these two come up, it means that there is a good match. This could be a romantic match. It could be a partnership, a friendship, any sort of relationship. It could be a good match. So if you're thinking about partnering with someone in any way, this is a good omen. That is a good match. They're emotionally mature. That means that they're very much in touch with their emotions, but they do not allow their emotions to lead. So sometimes it's easiest to think about the negative side. So what would a negative aspect of these be? That, well, they may be very angry. They may have road rage. They may make decisions emotionally. They may fire off emails when they're angry. They may take everything personally and not be able to sort of take that step back and look at things objectively because emotionally they felt it was a slight. They may view life on how it makes them, how anything, how when things happen, how it makes them feel, and from a very, so they can be selfish and just worried about their feelings. Now, when they're mature, they can recognize their feelings. They're not afraid of their feelings. They can express their feelings. But they can be very good counselors, very good support, very good parents, very good friends to have around because they can be very kind and sensitive when they're not thinking, if they're not thinking all about themselves, they are very concerned about how other people feel. So they're sensitive to that and careful about how they come across because they don't want to hurt other people. They don't want to make other people feel badly. And they know to wait a second, and that they can't just have a knee-jerk response to their feelings because it can be transient and it's not the whole picture. So that's the emotional maturity side of this. So this tells me that you're coming into the month really getting that concept, really understanding that, really thinking about how you move in this world, how it affects other people, and it's going to make you much more effective in your work, in your relationships, and just how you navigate the world. It's really going to be an asset to you moving forward. So I don't know if something had happened. There is the strife card here, the Five of Fire, the Five of Wands, and this is about, it can be about friendly competition. It doesn't look very friendly with the skeletons in this card, but sometimes friendly competition can turn ugly and not so friendly. So I see that if in April there is sort of competition, or there had been this sort of energy, you managed it very well. You saw it for what it was. You didn't engage on an emotional level, and you were able to keep yourself enough emotionally detached that you handled it very skillfully and very with mastery. And so now that you've had that experience, you trust that you can handle things without getting emotional, but still being without also with being sensitive to the other person's side, you're able now to navigate situations really well, and you have that confidence that you can handle things that come up. This is so important because I often think people don't take jobs because they're afraid. They're afraid. We'll just leave it there. That's pretty much why we don't do most things in life. Um, but they're afraid of, am I going to be able to handle the pressure, the conflict, fill in the blank. So you're starting to trust more because you've been able to handle yourself well. You've been able to count on yourself when you need to. And so you're able to navigate those types of situations. And that's the wisdom that you're either that you're discovering this month. That's a good word. You're discovering in yourself that you have this and you've developed this, and it's been developing over a long time, but it's solidifying. It's like, oh, I get it. I get it. Okay. I've gained some wisdom here. I've gained some really important information about how I move in the world, how I interact with others, and how to do that in a positive manner. And this is the type of wisdom then that I believe that you guys are now sharing with other people. I don't think it's just that an aha moment right now. I think you've really understood this on a deep, deep level, and you're now teaching this to others. We always teach. The one way we are always teaching is in our behavior and how we deal with things. It's always a reflection for other people to learn. It's always an opportunity for other people to observe how we've handled things and try to mimic or use that information then for themselves. So that's the first way. But I almost feel like many of you are taking that further and somehow translating this into teaching other people on some level, whether you're a boss and you're helping to inspire and bring this knowledge into the workplace, with your children, if you are actually going to become some sort of counselor on some level. I mean, counselors, even though it's usually swords, they're lawyers. I mean, they're traditional therapists, doctors, nutritionists, there's genetic counselors, spiritual counselors, working with children, teachers of all kinds, anything even remotely in that realm. If you do any sort of mentoring, it would be covered in all of that. And here's this three of tides. So I do feel like you are helping other people learn to get along too. On a very superficial level, go out and have fun. Be around your friends. Have a good time. Get out there. Be seen. Put yourself out there. If advertise, network. Yeah, that's a good word. That's what I want to say. Say, get out there, talk to people, share your knowledge, share your wisdom. And I'm going to end with this. I mean, you have the 9 and 10 of Cups. I mean, these are just some of the most beautiful cards in the tarot deck. This is the happily ever after card. It's the happy family card. Now, I always like to say, though, what is your happily ever after? Because your happily ever after may not involve a traditional family. So you really have to think about what will make you happy. What is successful to you? What is a happily ever after for you? It could be traveling the world. It could be having a successful business where you help other people. It could be literally anything. So I do like to caution that even though they say it's a happily ever after card, please don't think that it's a Disney version of that, because that is not true. Everyone's happily ever after is different. And maybe that's part of it too, acknowledging that I don't want the traditional. Or maybe you never thought you wanted the traditional, and now you're like, I want that. I want to be married with kids. And then you have to have the courage, if you were the naysayer for a long time and like, I'm going to settle down and have kids and be like, yeah, well, you know what? People change and this is what I want now. And that's okay. And you need to follow your own star, your own wishes and dreams and what that is. And not get too emotionally invested in what other people think of you. Having that courage and confidence not to spend time ruminating over what other people think and feel and want, because it's your life. And I think also you're going to help other people see that and live their happily ever after. I really feel a strong influence of helping other people, helping navigate conflict, and just deriving so much wisdom and appreciation and deep happiness and gratitude from being able to assist in that way. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.